Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Empowerment Network. And of course, as usual, this is Comfort, all the way from the United Kingdom. And I'm joined by my best brother in the house, my best sister on planet Earth, Lily and Keith. And today we're discussing a very exciting topic, and we're looking for everybody to be actively involved, contribute what you think about the topic even before they start saying what they have in mind. One mindset, one goal. Brother Keith, welcome.
Well, let me say welcome. Good to be here again.
Sure. Thank you. Hi, Sister Lily. Welcome.
Thank you, Sister Comfort. Nice to see you again, Brother Keith. And to our viewers, welcome and thank you always for joining us and for your support.
Sure, sure. Indeed, guys, share this if you can. Share the live stream and let's join in. So, Lily, this is a beautiful topic. I just want to hand over the mic to you and then go from wherever you want. Keith and myself will follow you.
Okay, so thank you, sis. And yeah, it is a beautiful topic. I was thinking about it, and I remember the first time when I first joined a meeting and heard Brother Ash talking, and I could tell that the mindset that I had or what I'd been looking for was in the group of the people he was addressing and also in Brother Ash. So that caught my attention. And then I realized that Brother Ash had a vision. And, through time, I've learned that a strong, good, and clear, compelling vision can lead people to have a certain mindset. And so as this came, I started wondering, how did Ash come with this vision, And I was doing my research, like we all do due diligence when you come across new companies. And I remember the first, one of the early videos that I came across. I'm not sure, I think it was by Bill Mass, I believe. And he was giving the history of how Ash got his vision. And he had said, paraphrasing, something like Ash had been in the industry, the IT industry, for a long time, about 2 decades. And he had mastered this thing which he's gifted in, which is marketing online and offline. And his family was doing well, and based on his gift and what he was doing. But then he was not satisfied, like he was still feeling empty. And he started thinking, what is this that is missing in me? Now, just trying to figure how this vision came. And he said that one time it occurred to him that what was missing is to duplicate that, what he had done for his family, which would bring, yes, generational wealth, and take it out to others. So that vision, he realizes what was missing. And from there, now when we talk to him again, hopefully we'll hear something close to this story. But to me, that is very inspiring, how he was not content with his lifestyle. Most people, which is what most businesses do, they are content, they make their money, and they are not thinking of anyone. They are happy. And as a matter of fact, they are thinking, what can I do to get more for myself? But our CEO is here and is thinking, what can I do for humanity? And he came, and I guess somehow I believe God brought all these mindsets who have the same mindset, which is to help humanity, someone outside yourself. And so it's so important, and we are so blessed to be sharing this vision, this mindset of the same people. And I believe that is what keeps us together, because we have the same goal and the same mindset. So I don't know what you think. So I was going to ask Brother Keith or Sister Comfort, what do you think, or when we say we have a vision in non-passive, what is that vision and who do you see it affecting? Who is it made for?
Hmm.
All right. Thank you, Sister Lily. Powerful, powerful as usual.
Yes.
I'm always very excited when I have two of you here, but I will hand the button over to my brother Keith. So you want to answer the question, you want to chip. Yeah, so it's yours. Come on.
Well, hey, again, good to be here, Sister Lily and Sister Comfort. I'm feeling very comfortable now because you guys are here. That's a good thing. But as you mentioned vision, I do too have my remembrance of what I heard when I first was introduced to on Passive. It was a video I saw, and although on Passive it has morphed into something much more gigantic than what it was, and it has really, I would say, has exploded into this beautiful tapestry of not just nationality and people and colors and just a whole array of different ideologies as far as folks from different religions and folks from different varying backgrounds and religious affiliations and educational background. We have lawyers and doctors and so forth. When I saw that, I'm saying there must be a common thread where we all here, coming from different areas of life, and that was what I found that was interesting. That caught my attention. I thought that was magical, and the vision what I heard was to really make an even playing field for the common person. Now, you might have heard this before. You got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You know, you got to make it happen. And in my experience, we have 100 people, but you get 50 of them boots, and none don't have boots, but they can't pull up because it's not there to be pulled up in the first place. So you get 50 boots, and 50 have no boots, but then they say pull up yourself by the bootstraps. That's a bit unfair, don't you think? So, as we're saying, we are all going to get a boot and a strap. Can you pull? All right, and that's what I heard. Now, what the changes were as far as then to now, on one of the major distinction that I saw was that on Passive was looking at showing you early on the potential of where we can go with it, the potential of what we can earn. We saw it very early, but I think as time went on, we realized that on a much higher scale, we want to move away from the MLM concept, the MLM idea of having, you get it went away from the kind of competitive kind of, you know, my team, your team, that kind of thing. And I like that. I like what I saw. But as said, he experienced what it is to be out there and being successful, and how he couldn't bring anyone with him, and how it wasn't duplicable, and how even though it would make more than some of these CEOs that would join their companies, they had a problem with him doing well, doing that good. It's like don't want to put a cap on him. So it was saying a vision where you can come on board and you have no limits. You're not capped. All right. It's free reign. You can take it as far as you want to go with it. That to me was a very different concept. So you didn't feel like you were in this box. And so his vision was to make sure that we have this open field and we can run as fast or as slow as we want it to go. And that's why we're here now after 6, 7 years. We're not budging because that has not changed, you know? And the vision to have the world connect in such a level, and not only can connect and have great conversations, and we can even pray for each other, but we can also get financial success like we've never seen before, to affect ourselves and our families. And that's my first piece for now.
Wow. Powerful opening from you both guys. This is, guys, for your information. This topic was inspired by our sister Lily, so I'm just moderating because I normally do. She should have been doing this because it's but then we all agreed to discuss this, so for me, when I finally, like, when I heard about this whole business and I came to sit down to listen and get it, I understand the whole concept. I understand the mindset of Mr. Mufara, the vision, and all of those. I have never, like, for that, to be fair, to read anywhere officially that these are his words that he has crafted as the vision for the movement. But like Lily says, like my brother Steve says, because he's what he believes in aligns with what I do believe in and my values and all of those things. The vision I had for my community, precisely where I come from, is hidden, or is very much written all over the place inside this whole movement. So,
Mhm.
in my own words, the vision of Mr. Mufara's vision is that where, when he closes his eyes, he sees communities all over the world where every household would be able to fend for themselves, because that is just who he is. He wants everybody to be happy. And a happy person is that person who doesn't look for the neighbor or for the auntie or for the relative to send something or to pay school fees for their children. That's what he does. I see empowerment, because what happened, he is coming because statistics show that a little percentage, 2 or 3% of those who get involved in something online really make it. Where does the 97% or 98% go to? Mr. Mufare says, come, I am going to empower you. I am going to solve that problem, because when you stand up to solve a problem that you identify, you never go wrong. It is a problem. I have a solution, and here is the solution. So don't quit doing stuff online, because it's not a bad place to do stuff. But then this is how to do it and get it right, you know. And so he
Right.
empowers you and myself who are able to access the internet. We go around to empower people who are everywhere, other places, who are able to access but cannot afford the means or any other thing, because he will give you and myself time. He will give us the finances, and he makes it clear. He will fill your cup until when it's full and rolling over. He is not interested in what is in your cup, but what is rolling over and dropping on the floor. What do you do with that? You keep the ripple effect going round and round and round and round. That is how it becomes an empowerment journey, where you empower me to empower the person underneath me, because it feels good. I am just paying forward. Before you know it, everybody will just be able and want to pay forward, because they have enough, and enough for their family, and then they have enough to share with a neighbor and a friend and stuff like that. And so there's a lot of empowerment. There's a lot of even freedom from the bondage of, sometimes people, when you hear the amount of money people have lost online, you know that people have gone into debts. People have even lost relationships, because Lily is my best friend or she's my sister. I make her to invest huge sums of money into something which I'm not sure of, and I promise her huge sums of benefits and profits and stuff like that. The next minute, the company disappears, all the money down the drain. But that's not what
Mhm.
Ash is doing. He has everything that he will give out. Whatever he has in his ecosystem is what is solving any one problem or the other, any type of problem at all, for people at various walks of life and stages, like Keith was saying. So actually a big movement. It's success even before it lands, for those of us who understand. I'm sure that's why we are here, and that's why you're supporting in the chat. Lily, sometimes I go all over the place. I hope I did not derail this discussion, but I would like Keith and myself would like to hear what you want to say after we have chipped in what something. Brother, you want to say something first?
Oh no,
No.
Lily can go
Okay,
right
I
ahead.
think
I'll chime you right afterwards. Yes,
all right.
Lily's smiling, so I know she's ready to
All
go.
right, sure.
I know she's ready to go.
Yeah, sure. All right, sis, come on.
No,
Yeah.
since we are together in that mindset actually, and Sister Comfort and you both are pointed on towards all of us looking for something to do. And on this vision that Ash had, we looked at another meeting we had, Sister Comfort, last time, and we saw that what businesses are missing, be it just brick and mortar businesses or online businesses, are the ethics, and their mission is not really ethics or to make a positive impact in society, or inclusivity, which you've mentioned, that you look at your village and you can see them in this vision, this dream, and the mindset that Ash has. And when Ash says it's all inclusive, that it's for anybody, everyone can succeed. When I heard that vision where everyone can succeed, that's what we are looking at. I started making a list. And this list wasn't based on just random people, because now you start thinking, who is it that has been excluded? Because that has been the problem. Those are the people we were not able to help, especially online. Sister Comfort, you mentioned how people have lost. And you know,
Okay.
I do have a lady who, now, first of all, the fact that Brother Ash looked at the 5.5 billion people that are internet users that are there, he realized, I know someone said there's a wasteland of what can I do to make money online that has not been utilized properly. So if you have 5.5 billion people and very few, maybe the 2% are successful, and Ash is looking at the 98%. So I started looking at the ones who are excluded, which is a large portion of us. But you do have those specific ones, like your village people. Now, people in the village generally are not doctors, they are not engineers. Most of those are in the city. So that means the ones in the rural areas are exempt, and a lot of them now came to my list. So we have, like, for instance, my country right now, if you're from Kenya, you know what is going on. There are chaos everywhere because young people finish school, very smart, they have degrees, engineers, and the government has no job for them. So they are looking for something online because the job, which is just over broke, is not even an option for them. It's just not there. To just be over broke, they can't get that. It's just not there. That is 67%. What does that do? Crime goes up. So I'm looking, the vision will cut down crime because they have to eat, and there's a lot going on because of that. So I love this vision. So I went down to my list and I put Gen Z in my country, but they're everywhere. So everyone knows their country. So you have to have it on your own list for your country. But then one time I was at Walgreens, just to point out how this vision just comes to be a beautiful thing. I went to Walgreens, that's like a drugstore in Texas. This was next to my brother's office. There's a nice lady, I'm just gonna call her Mary because I don't want to say the real name. And Mary had been diagnosed with cancer, and it was stage 4. She was
Mm.
going through chemotherapy, and now Mary has to work because if she cancels, because I asked her, Mary, you need to take a break, to heal first because the job is stressful. But she told me, Lily, I can't take off because if I take off, my insurance, which is through my job here at Walgreens, will be canceled. And then I won't have my insurance to take care of my chemotherapy. This lady, she's there and she gets nausea from the chemotherapy and she has to run to the bathroom to throw up. And that's why I was telling her, you need to be home. Jobs are not a solution for everyone. There are people who need to be online, making a living online. And that is who Ash is thinking about here. If jobs fixed everything, we'd all be at one, but not everyone can work. And that is so sad. Even if the job is there, she had the job. But look at what this lady is going through. And I thought this is a beautiful for vision people like her. Another lady, just to give the vision how beautiful this is, another lady is 60. I'm a nurse, so I was seeing a patient, and this is the daughter. The patient was about 80 something, the daughter is 60, and she comes home, she said she's been laid off. And I had asked, I said, well, Jay, you're not going to work today. She said, Lily, I'm so stressed, I got laid off. Now she's 60 years old. She's too old to get a new job because everyone's hiring younger people. And then she's too young to qualify for the government help, which is Social Security. Where does she go? She's left. There are people who are left stranded. There are classes of people that Ash has in mind that are included in this vision who are really needing this. Another lady has 4 kids, and I'm gonna just to bring the scenarios. She has 4 kids. Her husband has passed away. And do you know this lady, Sister Comfort Brokit, has done online jobs? Yes, about 9 MLMs. Her husband died. She says, I'm not going to do prostitution. I'm not going to do crazy things to raise my 4 kids. And do you know she's gone one after another? We don't want that. But for her right now, without the skills, she has to do what she has to do. And she has, thank God, raised the 4 kids. They're about to graduate, all of them. The disappointment is they keep dying. They are not generational. And then that lady is included in Ash's vision because it's not an option for her to work. Their kids getting a babysitter costs more than some people earn going to a
Hmm.
job. That person needs to be home with their kids and have a job that they can do online. So this vision is just like so powerful. Some people just don't have skills. Maybe their parents didn't have money to send them to school. And some of us don't have the skills needed to even start and run a business, even if we have the capital, not to mention the capital problem, which Ash solves with his vision. So I just think this is beautiful, and there are classes of people that we need to keep thinking of so that we don't give up on passive. Now Ash and I watched, I think it's Brother Olive and Gushminda, they said, you know, Ash has told people do what you have to do. Yes, we've always heard this because we have no choice anyway. We do have, everybody here is doing what they have to do. Just be careful, don't do anything illegal. But we understand, we just want our people to know that you're reaching out to us. We understand what you're going through. So we have a beautiful vision. We are just saying, don't give up on this. If you're in this class of people who are, who feel left out and can't get a job or whatever, do what you have to do. Somebody say, do what you can with what you have, where you are, and don't let what you can not do get in the way of what you can do. Thank you.
Wow.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. Brother Keith, I'll just hand over to you. But guys, before Brother Keith speaks, I like the patience and the time she takes to tell us the story after story after story after story. Sometimes someone just needs to listen to the stories Lily has told here to know how much you need this, to know how much room you have in here, and to know how much you want to wait until this happens. Do whatever you are doing. Brother Keith, over to you, please.
Yes, Lily, I tell you, those are real stories, real people that's going through real solutions. I mean, real situations. And if anyone who's paying attention to what's happening in the media, and especially here in the United States, the first month of presidency of Trump, we see how the world is at a tailspin right now. And we see how one thing can affect so many things, be it positive, negative, or just in a catastrophe kind of way. And it is pretty scary because when you have people who thought they were federal workers and some of them worked in government for years and what they went through to get these kind of jobs after college, after much study, now they're feeling so insecure and they're wondering, wait a minute, what's going on here? Yeah, folks are really in fear. And so therefore, this is affecting people that deals with our food, okay? Folks that deal with our medical issues, folks that deals with our social issues. And if they're in panic mode, if they're in that mode, imagine us now who's going to feel the effect of what happened on their end. So you look at what's going on now, and what the world is saying is that we need income because it seems like now it's being taken away in so many different ways. I think on passive is coming forward at a perfect time. I think the timing is perfect. It's going to be perfect. And we're going to see some miracles. At least to many, it will seem like a miracle. To us, we'll know that this has been coming. And we're going to be just rejoice because we know that, we waited and we stay in the fight, so to speak, and we did not get discouraged or quit. But when we see what it's going to bring to the world, the hope and the light and the joy and the smiles that's going to be on faces around the world, you know that this is such a blessing in such a magnitude kind of way. Um, Again, back to vision. I mean, Ash himself said he didn't know it was going to be this big. He said he didn't see it initially this big. And I think again, that's where we have, the God factor that I personally would never, I would never let leave out of my discussions. the God factor. Uh, People may call them different things, different names, different, they ascribe to them different ways. But I know that there is purpose behind this unpassive movement here. And the good thing is that we're seeing the vision that's being kept alive. And not only is alive, but it's thriving. And I do understand the anxiety of so many of us, and sometimes a little bit of what's going on. I can sometimes feel that. You can feel it, right? What's going on? When? And it's almost like when you have something this good, you just can't wait. It makes you almost get anxious sometimes because it's getting more real as the day goes by. More real. And I mean, I thank God for Ash and what he has done, how he's decided to push and not quit, and how he decided to do or die as far as his vision is concerned, and it did not give himself a way out, but say, listen, this is going to happen. And you know, I'm so happy that we can be those individuals here as a mouthpiece to use this medium here to share. And I've said this before several times in my videos, that these videos right now may seem very mild and whatever, but it's going to be very relevant very soon, much more than we think. It's going to be this savior for people to hear this kind of opportunity and these kind of doorways that they can take, having the option of not having to travel and worry about paper and having the right documentation or worry about a job, and they can sink their teeth into something like this and build from where they are. It's absolutely powerful, mind blowing. No one else is doing it, and so it lets us stand here proud and just wanting to just keep sharing the news, just keep blowing it from the mountainside. That there is a home here for those of you who are looking, you're not sure where to go. Right here in Unpassive, and the name changes don't matter. It's the idea, it's the thought, it's the ideology, and it's what we stand for that that makes us so excited.
Sure. I think this is a very powerful discussion today. So much. I don't know about you guys, but it's touching me really deep. And Lily, I hope I would have seen this coming. I would have asked your permission to share a story that you did share with me on WhatsApp. But I'm going to go ahead and share it and apologize later on. So, listen, we've been, we've been having this chat because this is heartbreaking. When I directly attribute real humans to what we are doing and get really emotional. This young person, we know about crime wave these days, or all throughout life. People get involved in doing bad things not by choice, but they are mostly victims of circumstances. So if nowadays during the 21st century a Gen Z like the one on Lily's list stands up and say, I don't want to get involved in crime. I just want to do something so that I can get a bit of change in my pocket. You get involved in writing small articles or doing something, assisting somebody virtually online, hoping that they just give you that token. The moment you do a chunk of work for them, and then they turn around and say, listen, give me this kind of bank account. That's the only bank account I need to pay you. Now, this charity does not have it because that kind of bank does not exist in their country. And then, I don't know, you don't pay them and you find it funny, right? So that's again, this adds to the anybody, Lily, that this opportunity is opened to. So when we're ready, thanks be to God, this child, we pray that he still keeps on doing whatever he's doing and trying his best. We pray that God ministers to this person to pay just that little token, because that child might have done that thing and is expecting $50 from you. $50 is just money to get a cup of coffee and something for refreshment here in the Western world. Let's pay it. Evil has just overtaken some people that they forget totally about. But let him keep doing. Let him look at the positive side, that I'm earning my skills. Time is coming when I'm going to put it into good use. So thanks be to God, the opportunity is here for everyone and for anyone. Whether you're a graduate, whether you're a student, whether you've never gone to school like my auntie down the village who weaves the basket, you all should know about that. God talk about her a lot and stuff like that. You have a place in here. And all of these stories we're telling here, from what Lily told us, from what this person is doing to this young person, would be history. They will come up someday to say, this person did this to me, but I found this business and it's brought me this far. I would bring my friend in, I'll bring my classmate in, I'll bring my neighbors in, I'll bring everybody in, and it's just going to be joy. We can go on and on and on. Earlier on, two of you talked about, Lily used the word duplicate. Ash is duplicating what he has. And my brother Keith said the same thing. This goes back to what Collins has been singing this like a song, that Ash is just out to replicate himself, replicating himself in that he's got a good heart, which has a soft spot for humanity. And that's what we are doing. Because anybody who is still sitting here now and believing in this vision and this mission that that other people have lost sight of, it's because those are the replica of Mr. Mufara. And those are the missionaries who are ready to do the Mother Teresa's and take it even further. In his words, he would say Mother Teresa used to be a kind person, but she did not have money. See how many lives she impacted. We still talk about her today, even though she's gone to rest. Imagine what would happen when we finally say we are ready for business. Our children are steady, stable, their situations are stable, they don't have any financial issues, no school fee loans, and so on. Hallelujah, thanks be to God. And we have time to go out there and make it happen to the other people who thought, no, I could never get there. Because wherever we're going, that destination is for everybody. Ash, God just needed an instrument like Ash. This goes back to the divinity of the whole thing, my brother Keith. This goes back to where to say even Ash himself cannot understand what unpassive is all about, because he is just a vessel to use to for God is using to do what he wants to do. He is just an instrument of change God is using to do what he wants to do. And he has said, like, is it Jeremiah, here am I, send me. We can only follow suit and trust in it and see it and look through his lens and have an idea what he is seeing ahead, focus on that. I think we're getting there as soon as possible. So let's take a quick round and see where we end up. Sister Lily?
Yes, Sister Comfort. Oh, wow, that's powerful. And yes, it's okay to share that, because sometimes you get people with the same vision, and because what we are looking at, we can relate to this story. Someone works for someone just to earn, like you said, because they don't want to commit any crime. And those are the people that I'm also in touch with. People who have the same mindset. They'd rather do something to online rather than steal. So you can tell where their heart is. They are doing everything where they are with what they have. Okay. And some people only have so many options. So I just want to say, there are many like that. The lady who's done, I think, 8 or 9 MLMs and raised her kids that way. Trust me, some of them were really disappointing. But at the end of the day, I guess you've got to have, like, she's winning a little more than she's losing, obviously, if she's raised her kids on that. But she is tired. She is tired. Now, why? Because there's nothing like on passive. Is she looking at on passive? Yes, she's waiting eagerly, but she realizes she has those kids to take care of. So, I just want to say another story. I read a story, and this is based on a true story, and I can just connect it to on passive in this sense. Everything I do is based on stories I read from this book. So there's this servant, these servants, and they have a master. And the master says, I'm going somewhere to prepare a nice place, golden streets for you, but I'm going to leave you here. Keep doing what you have to do. He says, occupy till I come, but just know I'm somewhere preparing something beautiful for you. Now, when I leave you here, when I tell you to occupy till I come, do what you can. Some of you have given you farms, go dig, plant crops, feed. Some of you may be in the desert, so you don't have those options. Keep your cattle, do what you have to do. Just occupy, don't stay idle, because you have to live, because when I come back, it's good if you're alive. So And he goes and he tells them, you're going to have challenges where I've left you. You'll be hustling, you'll be doing this and that. Sometimes you'll be disappointed. But in your mind, I want you to know, keep this in mind, that something good is happening. Somebody somewhere is preparing golden mansions for you. And when I come back, there'll be a trumpet sound and you need to wake up. Just know that I'm coming back to save you from all this mess. Okay. Now, this reminds me of on passive. You all know where I'm going already. Ash has told us he's doing what he has to do. Now, look, that story is real with a real person that will come save people, but I just want to make a comparison. I'm not calling Ash that person. I'm just saying it reminds me of Ash. He's saying, I'm working hard for you, and there's something beautiful that I'm preparing for you. Keep doing what you have to do. Now, that person did tell those servants, there are commandments I'm giving you, these commandments: stay, love one another, don't steal, don't kill anyone, occupy legally, ethically, do what you have to do. You do have to keep these commandments, you do have to keep the rules, but do what you have to do and help each other, love each other, be understanding. So I believe that as on Passive Family, we are being understanding of each other. We understand why people have to do what they have to do. Our part is to support. This guy who worked for 3 years for this person here, 3 years, no pay. I asked him, how could you do 3 years with no pay? And he says, Lily, I have nothing else. I keep hoping. After the first year, I wasn't paid. The second year, I wasn't paid. The third year, we don't do things like that to people. So that's where I came in and I told him, guess what? They're asking you for Chase Bank. I have Chase Bank. I'm giving you my Chase Bank. Okay, that's what I can do to help him. So now I told him there is no excuse. This person needs to pay you. I gave my Chase Bank, Zelle, and the person kept asking him questions. How much can this person receive? What's the maximum? Which it's a this it's not going well because there is no limit where you can receive, but on his end, he knows to ask. So basically, Ash is preparing something. Those who know that story, it's the same concept. Let's hang in there because it says that those who endure to the end will be rewarded. So just do what you have to do. But remember, at the back of your mind, there's a trumpet that is going to come. Today, Brother Red, I think, did a live, which he was talking about the daily grind. That's Ash's message for today. If you haven't, so the daily grind is saying, do what you have to do, but keep your ears and eyes open. He says, keep your checking your back office, keep your ears open. You'll have people, we will scream it loud when this, you should be able to hear the trumpet by yourself when On Passive goes live, but just keep it at the forefront of your mind that I'm doing this just for a while and there's golden streets are coming. My daughter usually will be in her room doing some assignment and I will be on the phone or talking to my husband, and then somewhere she'll come out later and say, Mom, who did this and that and that? And I say, weren't you supposed to be doing your homework? You were there listening. She's doing her work, but her ears are listening. Keep doing what you have to do, but keep listening out because On Passive is coming. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. In this case, we can multitask, can't we? So over to you, Brother Keith.
Oh, I mean, Lily just said she said a mouthful, and again, I've talked about in the past where we've had individuals who worked hard, could be to become a doctor or a nurse, years, the courage that takes years in school and in training, and when you're out, sometimes you have a big loan to take care of, and they still consider themselves to be successful and happy because they've reached that goal. So imagine, even though we waited this long and we have waited and we are waiting, when the ship, so to speak, takes off or sets sailing, will there be loans that we worry about paying? I don't think so. Will there be any big baggage of, oh my goodness, now I got to pay Paul to rob Paul to pay Peter? No. I mean, it'll be, I think many of us from day one we'll start seeing the glimmer of light, the green, the gold, you know, and that's a very good thought. You think about some people who are looking to retire in 4 years, And suppose it takes that time, all right? When it does happen, what would it look like? So, like I've heard it before in several occasions where they say, well, what if there was no passive? What would be the alternative? What would be the other hopeful thing that we're looking at? You know, I mean, is it just retirement that so many of us are dreaded about and it's not enough? Would it be about a second job at Walmart for those of you in the States, a part-time job to keep us going? Well, we know that Unpassive is going to be so well put together that when it launches, people are going to see the green light very early. And I think that's a beautiful thing about this whole movement here. It feels like time is just flying by, and I can't believe it's already 4 years. I'm in Unpassive now. Of course, I would encourage folks to, like Lily was saying, keep your ears open, stay active, stay busy, and whatever you can do to enhance your health. If you got to learn a new skill, hey, go right ahead. New language, go right ahead. Take Go to school if you have to. If you need to go to school and feel like your brain is active, whatever it takes, keep yourself busy if you can. If you're not in debt, don't create any debt. It's not necessary. And just keep trusting God, because I think before all this happened, God knew that it was going to happen, and God knew that there was going to be a time as such. So even in this moment of transformation that's taking place, we want to be diligent with what we have, good stewards of what we have, start to get the right mindset, the right alignment as far as money that's coming our way, and just be responsible. And I believe that as Ash sees the vision more clear, more than we do, and sees the different details more than we do, he was going to surprise us one day and say, "Guys, we're ready to go." And I hope that when he does say that, we're not caught off guard, and we said, "Oops, I didn't know." When we have all this time to talk and think and get ourselves together for this ship that's about to sail. So again, I'm excited to talk about Impassive. If you're new at this particular video, and you've never heard about this company called Impassive, this movement here, you want to take some time and just get to know one of us. Email. You can check out our websites. You can check out our YouTube channels, the different one, the one that goes on, and you can get some information. So when we're ready to go for part two, you'll be ready. I just say like Freddie, you'll be ready to rumble, like we are, and we can, like I said, see each other at the top. That's where we're going. We're going all the way to the top. And Lily,
Wow, it's been a wonderful discussion. Go ahead, bro.
no, I was saying you can take it. You can take it comfort. I'm good for now. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah. All right, sure. Yeah, sure. We all are. We are. That's why we're here. So I just want to read a few contributions, if I would find them. So my sister Penina Nathaniel, she's been contributing consistently. So she says, very inspiring in discussion. I just want to say 2025 is a year of change. Always remember, whatever we do is good, honest and right. God is with us. Indeed, sis, I really do agree. And there's another contribution here from Maxi P. Smith. Thank you. Panel on passive. Mr. Ash's vision is here to stay and will make a global difference and is a world changer for every sector of society. We did not even touch community. We did not touch businesses and stuff. But then I think Lily covered it all by starting from the base, because
Yeah.
everybody here, the people we normally forget are those she touched on, which is very, very important. But this is a topic we can discuss in many, many sessions because there's so much in it, So I just appreciate you all for all the contributions to me and my brother and sister here. So Nathaniel says, Unpassive is bringing me a balance in life, spirituality and physicality. Uplifting humanity is what we are all waiting for. Definitely, you are very right. That's just it, because that's what makes us excited anyway, not even ourselves. Just that fact that we are going to change lives. I think that's what's making us stay where we are and just looking forward to Ash rounding up and say, here we go. So it's all fun. And we thank you so much. We appreciate you guys for joining Lily and Lily's Keith and myself. Like we say, it can be boring. Just three of us talking to ourselves can be like, what are they doing? So it makes a whole difference when you are here. And if you can, maybe why not just hit the subscription button and the bell so that we do it on daily basis. We welcome many more guests. If you think you have something you'd like us to discuss, let us know. And of course, come on. We just want to hear everybody talk. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Brother Keith. And see you again soon. Bye.
All right, take care. All right.
Thank you.